We as humans wake up every day and face an array of obstacles. We face conflicts similar to the boulders lying along the Appalachian Mountains. We peril through our days, evidently coming home unscathed despite life's interminable challenges. These are some phrases in which many people wouldn't be afraid to describe their days. I mean, I'm not far from it. This morning, I woke up and had a major setback. I went to Starbucks, got my coffee, and realized I forgot to tell the barista to add almond milk. Realizing too late. And yesterday, I log into my Zoom class just to come to the conclusion that the day before, I had a lab due. All said and done, I would regard this week as being less than mediocre. Hi, my name is Garza. I'm a senior at Veterans Memorial High School here in Corpus Christi, Texas. I like to think of myself as a thinker, an optimist, somebody who dives deep into concepts found around me. Not too long ago, I began to volunteer at a local hospital. At first, I took the opportunity due to my own desire to pursue a career in medicine. However, as days bled into weeks and later months, I quickly realized that the experiences that I was having while volunteering surpassed any resume booster or scholarship. I quickly found that being fortunate enough to get to volunteer in different places such as support groups and supply distribution, I was able to get a holistic view of sickness. One day, while volunteering, I had an experience with a patient that caused me to reevaluate how I perceived sickness. I still remember leaving the patient's room, going down the elevator, and trying desperately to imagine if there could be any light in the darkness of which illness truly is. I remember going home and bringing myself back into the room. The significant amounts of pain and sorrow, but an underlying sense of hope and connection. I was eager to see if what I experienced existed elsewhere. And as my search continued, I found myself embarking in a different inquiry, similar in theme, yet different in gain. This past summer, I began to do independent research into HIV awareness amongst teens in my area. I gave anonymous quizzes, analyzed data, and began to see the ways of which other countries handle HIV. In doing this, I began to see similar connections, not only to the researchers working tirelessly to better understand the ways of which HIV functions, but those infected as well. One day, while sitting and reading about one man's experience of being diagnosed, he elaborated that in the first few days he was at his utter worst, completely succumbed to immense amounts of depression, anxiety, and self-hate. He thought about taking his own life. However, as days continued, he slowly got the courage to begin attending counseling sessions. And there, he found that by connecting with others, he was not only able to regain his mental strength, but build deep and meaningful relationships with others. Evidently, I found that somebody, through the amount of stress, anxiety, was too able to draw parallel connections to the experience that I had. I had figured that these connections existed in other places, but wasn't sure just yet how. I spent immense amounts of time pondering this question until it's striking me that it wasn't sickness itself, but rather the possible consequence of it. Having death on the horizon quickly has all of the arbitrary fade, and all of the significance remains. The stained t-shirt, the bad grade, the wrong Starbucks order quickly fade away and all that is left is that of pure substance. This is a lesson I carry deep within me today. Whenever faced with hardship and struggle, I try to take a step back, look at what's important. And by doing this, I find that most of my conflicts begin to become minuscule in size. This is a lesson I hope others can gain and begin to apply in their own lives. Evidently, I hope that others can learn to minimize their own conflicts and to build happier lives by ultimately connecting with those around them. Thank you.